All right, at this point you need to use the top curve pattern to trace on this curve at the front. This should be the same width as your 18.5. You need to decide if this side or this side is going to be the front edge of your table, and line this up. Make sure you're as best you can equal on both sides. You may not be exactly the same length, but just make sure it's equal, and we're about out to this edge here, and then just trace this on. There's the pattern, and then we're going to go over to the bandsaw now, and we're going to cut that off. All right, we're at the bandsaw. You're just going to come in here, and you're just going to go slowly around this curve and come out the other side. Just watch your fingers. Make sure we're adjusted here. Here we go. Try to leave, you need to leave the line. Just cut about a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch away from the line. You can just slowly twist as you go. Okay, so there's that first part, leaving the line. Do the second part here. Make sure it stays flat against the table. It's going to want to pick up on you, then it won't cut it square. We want to keep it flat against the table. Okay, so now I've got that all cut for the shape of the front. All right, next we're at the horizontal belt sander here. You could do this on the disc sander or on the horizontal belt sander. The horizontal belt sander probably does a little better job, a little easier, but you do need to be careful because it can grab and throw the board pretty easily. And so we're just going to go in here and very lightly sand until we're right down to that line. Try to leave just a little bit of that line and make it all nice and smooth. Slowly curve it. Okay. Back and forth. Careful with this corner here, because it'll want to grab and then pull this like that. You want to be careful that way. Just use light pressure. It'll take it off pretty quick, so light pressure, and I'm good here. A little bit of my line left, nice, smooth shape. That's what we need. All right, the next step was we're going to use a handheld router with a round over bit, okay, on it, and we're going to round over the top edge. So you need to decide what's going to be the top part of your board. I'm going to actually use this side here. I like it a little bit better. Very important, you've got to clamp it down. Use one of these big clamps and clamp it in place. And as the paper says, we need to route the edge grain first, then we'll do this end grain here, and then we'll do this edge grain over here. We're not going to route on this back edge. So as you start, be careful not to route on this back edge and just come in right at this point right here. And then we're always moving from left to right. We're going this direction, okay? Make sure that the router is turned off, okay? Router's turned off before you plug it in. That's very, very important. If it's not, this could go jumping around and cause some major problems, damage. Okay, so I'm plugged in now. I'm ready to route this. Place it on here. Okay, and as you do it, you're just gonna go in, and then you just gotta be a consistent movement along the edge. There's a bearing right here, okay, that that it'll ride against, that bearing right there, it'll ride against the edge of the wood. So you want that bearing against the wood. Place it on here, make sure it's not touching the wood when you turn it on. Now I did this edge here, it's looking pretty good here. I missed just a little bit right here though, so I need to come back and just try to clean up this corner, and then I'll adjust and we'll go up do the front. Okay. So I went backwards just a tiny bit, that's okay for that little tiny bit there. Just don't go backwards on the entire thing. I'm going to spin it now, so we can do this front edge. Clamp it again. Start here again. Make sure you kind of go around these corners. Just go around those corners and that'll clean them up really well. And then we got this last one to do right here. Make sure you keep it flat against the table and don't let it tilt. Tilting's not good. If you notice, what I did at the end there, I just tried to take a little bit, go a little bit at a time because this end grain likes to split out, which there's not a lot we can do about that, but there we go. The whole thing, we got these edges rounded. A little sanding will take out any little burrs or any, there's a little tiny bit of a line here, but the little sanding will take that out, no problem.